So, Ian, did you watch any of AOC's stream?
I did.
Yeah. Wasn't it the best?
It was pretty awesome.
It was seriously awesome.
Yeah.
I was enthralled for hours. It was great. She did Among Us, so the game isn't one of these hard graphical games. It's the idea is it's basically a bluff game. Everybody's playing and people try to figure out who's bluffing. That's essentially what the game is.
Yeah.
And you do it by as time goes on, people die in the game because a player will get near another player when no one else is around and kill them. And so if that happens, then they find a body, and then there's essentially a meeting. And then once the meeting happens, everybody comes out of game and they can talk on Discord to sort of hash out who they think the killers are. It's sort of like a murder mystery game. But it was so much fun to watch her not know how to lie. Like, that was my favorite part, was where she was genuinely bad at both lying and her votes were off and it was so funny. Lying and her bad voting is what she's bad at. But it turned out to be really funny and kind of adorable. I watched it for at least an hour.
Yeah.
How long did she go on?
A couple hours, I think. Yeah, I forget. I didn't see the recap, but and a bunch of heavy hitter streamers with her, which was awesome. Like,
there was some. They had 400,000 people at one point watching her.
On her, yeah. Well, I think it was at 600,000 concurrent at one point.
Yeah, because they were all in different areas, right? So someone would be watching a guy who's playing, someone would be watching a girl who's playing, some people would be watching AOC who was playing.
AOC had huge numbers, and then like a lot of big streamers. It was awesome.
Yeah, the other streamers were getting 50, 60,000 people to watch them at the same time.
Yeah, they're big league. So, but AOC was bringing it. It was cool. And Ilhan Omar was there. Yeah, we're live, but we're not visual.
We're live on Restream or?
No,
we're live on all the things?
We're on StreamYard.
Okay. I see. Okay. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the comments. Hey, everybody. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong comments. I apologize.
I was looking at the private chat, not the...
Sorry about that. We were looking at the wrong comments.
People said
How's everybody doing tonight? Yeah, the AOC thing, I just thought it was great. I thought it was one of those moments where it just felt like the person who you were watching felt very human. And I don't know, because so many times you see these people in the different situations.
Yeah,
and
you see them at work.
Yeah, and they're not the same person, but she felt genuine. It was actually really cool. It was fun to watch. So, yeah, Tom and I fucked out of the debate already. We walked out of it. We walked out of it after 10 minutes. We started watching and we gave the fuck up. We quit. Yeah,
it's just like two old men bickering about what's for lunch. It was
it's
ridiculous.
Hardcore quit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
no.
It happened, Ian, when did it happen? Oh, Ian's not on. It happened the other night. I want to say maybe Tuesday night is when it happened, Tom, when the thing was on. You can still, I think, catch some of it, but it's not live now, so it's not as interesting as when it was happening. So it's still on Twitch, I think, and it will be for a week. So.
Oh, but that is the game
Tom,
that we were going to...
You normally don't have a drink, but I do want to raise a glass here. This is for James Randi. James Randi just passed away. So I'm going to take a little drink of whiskey in his honor. One of the people who, while he didn't directly put me on my path, his push to other people were the ones that I looked up to and that I followed in the skeptic movement. So here's to James Randi. Rest in power, brother. Good man. Did a lot of good work. The outpouring this week's been pretty amazing.
Yeah, it has.
Saw a ton of people.
There's
just
that
talking
image
about
too.
It for,
I don't know if you saw that
online like crazy. So I don't know. Can you hear me, Tom?
I got you.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? I was responding to you
because Ian jumped in.
I'm sorry. I tried
Did you mute me? God damn it!
Wait, Cecil disappeared now.
This is going well.
Right, as soon as I showed the image, Cecil disappeared. Okay.
It's just us, buddy.
It's just okay.
We've had this before.
Why? Oh wait,
maybe this is fate. Maybe Ian.
He's back.
What are you doing to me, buddy?
Now,
what? Oh no, he's back.
Okay.
All right, nothing.
What are you doing to me?
No. Wait for Cecil. Wait, stand by. Stand by for Cecil.
Why this one?
Is he back on?
5, 3, 1.
Hey!
Hello. Hey, there we go.
I was responding to you, I promise. But we just couldn't hear each other.
Well,
Man,
as soon as
remember
he
when we
jumped
were
in,
in
I was like-
person?
I was like, oh, that's, yeah, great. Yeah, yeah.
Remember when we were in person and we were like
Well, we
across
will-
the table?
We will be in person November 2nd or 3rd. What is it? I don't
November
know what day
3rd.
people vote. Yeah, November
November
3rd. We're going to be in person. Tom's actually going to come down. He's going to take a COVID test, and we are going to be here in studio doing our election coverage
Well,
that night.
Cecil,
So
assuming it comes back negative. What if I have the Rona?
you could
You
have the
know.
Rona. Then you'll do
So
it
should
from
I still
home,
come
and we will
down?
We will still do the election coverage. You'll just do it from where you
I'll
are
do it
right
from-
now.
Recording from Rona Studios.
Yeah. I got to tell you about my ballot situation though, because I've already voted.
You voted, yeah.
Oh my God, voting as being able to take the ballot home, look up everything I want to look up, and then voting, and sending it in. Actually, I walked it into the Dropbox, and I know they have my ballot because I got the email
Yeah.
already. Out fucking standing.
You like that,
Literally
huh?
I cannot imagine another way to vote. I hope this becomes the norm. I hope it becomes something that Illinois picks up. That on my ballot. So my ballot has
Yeah, you're in
God,
Chicago.
gotta
It's
have,
huge.
It's got to have 60 judges that you have to decide whether or not you're going to retain them. So there's 60 judges on there. How the fuck do you know who this judge is, what their past record is? I looked up on legal sites who their past records. It was so amazing. One guy was an apologist for a guy who used to torture people here in Chicago. One of the
John
Commander
Burke
Burge.
guy?
Yeah,
Oh,
Burge.
Burge,
And
yeah, yeah.
Burge. And Commander Burge from Area 2 tortured a fuck ton of people, got a bunch of people to fucking admit to crimes they never did.
Yeah.
And one guy was looking to get a certificate of innocence because his case was overturned. And he wanted to seek some sort of financial reimbursement for being in jail for many, many years for
And
something
being
he didn't do.
tortured. Yeah.
And he wouldn't give him the certificate of innocence because he thought some of the circumstantial evidence was okay. And I was like, fuck you. How about we don't retain you, bitch?
Yep.
Fuck off. And so there were so many people I looked through. I was like, oh, get rid of that guy. Keep that person. Oh, that person. It was amazing. So much better than it normally is for me because I actually feel like really pressured at the polling place because there's a line normally. There's, you wait an hour, half an hour to get in, and then you're sitting there and you have a ballot that's the size of this goddamn table you've got to fill out, and so you're hurriedly scribbling. I spent an hour and a half filling out my ballot, and it was the best experience voting I've ever had in my life. I want to do it every single time now. Every
Man,
single time.
I don't blame you if I lived in a city like that. Like, it's so much different in the burbs. Like I'll just bring a cheat sheet in with my ballot decisions and just fill them out.
Yeah.
But like, I don't have to, like, there's no lines in the burbs. Like, there's none of that. Like, I've never had to wait in line to vote, like, more than a couple of minutes. Like, it's like you're
Yeah.
there and maybe there's one or two people in front of you because I'm out in the fucking middle of nowhere. And now I'm in the fucking exurbs at this point. Like, I'm so far out. There's nobody out here. When I went to vote last time, it was like, holy shit. There was fucking no one. It took 10 minutes.
When
in
I
and
went to
out.
go vote, in the primary, it was longer than it normally was because it was the beginning of the Rona.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, even here, it was nothing. Like, there's nothing. I'm going to go vote, I think, tomorrow. I'm just going to go
Early vote.
early vote. Yeah, I've never done
Yeah.
that before. I've always just voted on election day. I've never done
Man.
the early vote.
I think we would increase so many numbers if we allowed vote by mail.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
such
well,
a
of course.
it'd be so great. It'd be so great to have such a great tool to have with being able to choose and like I said, just being able to sit there. Water reclamation was one that I actually fucking didn't just go DDD. Okay,
Right.
I looked through and I said, oh, this Green Party person is pretty baller. I'm going to pick them instead of this Democrat. So I just, it's awesome. Like I think
Yeah.
it's such a great ability to look people up and I just fucking loved it. I thought I hope that it becomes the norm here in Illinois.
Yeah,
I
but
really
aren't you
do.
afraid about the rampant voter fraud, the
Oh,
millions
yeah, I mean, I
of
am,
votes
of course.
that'll
Yeah.
get? Yeah.
But I'm
The
going
illegals
to
will
be
get
the one.
mail-in votes and everything else.
I'm going to be the one who's going to be doing the voter fraud, so I'm for it, Tom. I'm a radical leftist. I don't know if you
Right,
knew, but I'm
yeah.
a radical.
You're
radical
Antifa.
leftist.
You Antifa fuckers vote like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have our little potlucks, and then we all vote together, and then we vote for everyone else in the area. So that's
Well,
how it
thanks
works.
for voting for me. I appreciate that. Now I don't have to go out
no
and do
worries,
it.
no worries.
Yeah.
So
Can
did
I just
watch
give you my
it?
proxy?
Yeah, I know we missed a couple of weeks here. Did you watch any of the town halls or hear any of the town halls? Because they had dueling town halls the same night.
They did. They had dueling town halls, and I missed both of the town halls. I
Did
did.
you?
I missed
Yeah.
them both, and I don't feel
Care?
bad about it.
Yeah.
I read about them
Yeah.
after. You know, it's
Yeah.
kind of like a lot of this shit. I'll be honest. Like, I watched the first debate. I watched the vice presidential debate. And after that, I'm just sort of like, I got the tone and tenor of this thing.
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
read the analysis afterwards, and then
Sure.
fuck me. I saw some clips that were pretty great though. Like I saw a clip where some woman was like, "Yeah, you know, you're really handsome to Trump. I love it when you smile. I come from a family of immigrants, and I have questions about your immigration policy." She like flattered him in the beginning, and then like
It was
hit him with
awesome.
a really hard
It was
question.
awesome
And I
because he had
thought
this
that was
huge shit-eating grin on his face during it. It was outstanding because she killed him with kindness because that's
Yeah.
what you have to do to him because he's a fucking 10-year-old because he's
Yeah.
literally a child.
Yeah, he's the worst.
One of the things too that that I thought was, you know, say what you will about Joe, but watching him at the end stay and answer questions after it was over. So it's over. Nobody's going to be there. They're culling the cameras. Nobody's going to be there. He stayed and answered other people's questions. He didn't just get up and run off the stage. And I thought, you know, when was the last time something like that could possibly have happened? You know, it was
Joe Biden seems to be like a decent
Yeah.
fucking person. And at this point in fucking American political history, I'm happy to have a decent person. Just decent. You don't
Yep.
have to be great.
Yep.
Just be civil.
Yeah.
Just be civil and say things to me like, well, you know, how you gonna handle? Well, I'll listen to what the scientists say. Okay, here's my vote. You can have my vote 100 times over. You know, 1,000 times over. You can have my vote. There's never like, I've never had a difficult time choosing my candidate in an election ever. But like, this is even easier than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is like, hey, do you want to wake up tomorrow? Yeah, I'd like that. Yeah, okay. Couldn't be simpler.
It really genuinely couldn't be simpler. But I will say those two dueling, Trump losing on ratings was amazing. That's so taste. That's just num. You can't love that enough.
Oh, I know.
That he lost on ratings. But then specifically, you know, the way he was mishandling questions and he was combative to the woman who was asking questions. He looked bad. He looked really bad in that particular debate. And from what we watched tonight, he looked better tonight. I think he felt more composed, but I think it's just because he knew he couldn't interrupt. He knew he couldn't jump on the other person. So then it just got to the point where it was actually boring to hear him talk because he had nothing to say.
Isn't it amazing though that like he actually comes off better when somebody reins him in. Mm-hmm. Like he's more like Trump is an unlikable, wretched human being, but it's funny that like when he's not himself, then all of a sudden you're like, huh, you're actually kind of like, if somebody behaves for you, you're not as disgusting.
Yeah.
Holy shit, does that say something about how awful you are?
Did you see Obama speak yesterday or hear it?
No.
He gave a talk, a lecture, whatever, it was stump speech in Pennsylvania. It was a drive-up one. So they would drive up and stay in their cars, and then he would talk to the whole crowd. Okay. And he was amazing. One of the things he said that I thought was absolutely outstanding was he had said that he mentioned the money that they found in the bank accounts in China for Trump. And he said, could you imagine what they'd have done to me on Fox News?
Beijing Barry, I read.
Beijing Barry was what he said. And I thought it was great. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I read about it, but I didn't watch. I was working late, so I didn't watch it.
That was it was such a great line. It was they'd have called me Beijing Barry, and I thought, yeah, that's exactly what
they would have.
They had a right to, and you know, the amount of scrutiny that he received versus I don't know if it's scandal fatigue. I don't know what it is, but the amount of scrutiny that Trump receives in comparison is pathetic. It's genuinely pathetic. I mean, but I just don't think that you can fucking focus on everything because there's just so much. It's just a shotgun worth of scandal every week. It's unbelievable.
Well, I think there's that, and I think it's also it feels so fucking depressingly pointless
Yeah.
to see a problem and be and to know it won't be addressed. Like you see a scandal now and you're like, holy shit, that's a scandal, and it's like nothing's gonna happen. You're like, well, then I guess I don't care about it anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I do, but I can only care insofar as my like ability to interact with it. As soon as I can't interact with that scandal anymore
Yeah.
because we're not going to fix it, we're not going to hold anyone accountable, then I'm just sort of like, well, fuck. And it's like, well, aren't you mad? It's like, no, I don't. Like, fucking, I can't care.
Yeah.
I can't. I feel that way. It's
Well,
like
at a certain
I
point,
care
the
for a little
ethics-
bit, and then I'm like, fucking, just let this be over.
Well, at a certain point, the ethics committees will be saying things, and both you and I will say, well, you're not going to do anything about it, so who fucking cares? You know? Oh yeah,
I don't-
he used the White House lawn as a backdrop for his political message. Okay, well,
Of course
nobody's
he
going to
did.
do anything about it. So what
Yeah.
are we going to do? Yeah.
Yeah. What?
And
like,
today, Amy Coney Barrett gets elevated to the next level of the Senate. Basically, gets taken out of committee and onto the floor without any Democrats there, which is against the rules. But they didn't care. They don't care. But I have to say, I think one of the things that they're trying to do is make it look like they're breaking all the rules. So if they do pack the courts, they can say, "Well, you fucking broke the rules 3 months ago.
right.
You can't say anything." So, but hypocrisy doesn't matter to them anyway. So they'll still bring it up.
Yeah, no, I think whether or not we pack the courts, like you don't need any. You're not going to create a justification for doing that, other than a pragmatic justification, right?
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like, hey, I'm in power, I can, so I did, and
Yeah,
that's it,
yeah.
and that's it. Like everything else is secondary to that, and so okay, you just have to decide: am I okay with that, or am I not okay with that?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's where we're at. And I've struggled with this because it's like, on the one side, I am not 100% okay with packing the courts. It leaves the possibility of the Republicans packing the courts.
We got
The next time it switches over.
51 people
Yeah.
on the court or whatever.
You know, but also I recognize that something new is happening in American politics, which is that the now matters more than planning for the future.
yeah.
Now matters today. Like it matters in a way that it didn't always matter. It used to be that we respected one another enough to say like, hey, we're going to follow some basic rules of decorum and civility. Even if we hate each other, we're
Right.
still going to do these things. But the problems that we have now are so incredibly pressing, and we're not planning for the future. We have problems right now that if they don't get fixed, and we're like, well, we don't want to fix it this way because it'll set the precedent for 4 years from now or 8 years from now. Man, I'm not convinced there's much of an 8 years from now if we don't fix some of this shit. Some of this shit just has to get fixed right now, and if it doesn't get fixed right now, 8 years from now, my fucking house is on fire. You know what I mean? The fucking house is on fire. Oh, what about your 401k? I don't know. The house is on fire. It feels like that. Things feel different now.
Yeah. It's a shame too, because we've lost that ability to long-term plan because we've been dug into this hole. You
Yeah.
get dug into a hole. Climate change is a perfect example of this, right? You get dug into this hole. There's no chance to say long-term plan yourself out of this. It's all short-term action now. It's all short-term. You can look down the line at some long-term action, but it's really just we have to do X, Y, and Z immediately, as fast as you can, and with as much expediency as possible. Because if not, you're in some serious shit. And so it feels like that with a lot of other things too, especially politics now too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, what if they overturn Roe?
What if?
That's a thing that, well, if we don't pack the courts, that's a thing that could happen. Like, I don't know.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Yeah. I wanted to talk too, mention, I don't even know that we're actually going to get to stories. We're just going to be covering shit we didn't cover in the last couple of weeks. Did you hear about the $1 billion? So it's not 400 million, it's $1 billion that he's in debt.
Yep.
Forbes
That's
said?
only $1 billion.
Yeah.
And some of it to China, but
Yeah.
whatever, you can't. Did you read his comments on that when he basically admitted to it in the town hall? They asked him about it, and his comment was
"Yeah, I
like,
got a lot of
it's
money."
not very much money compared to how much money I have.
Yeah.
One thing that's really interesting about the New York Times expose about his taxes is he's not come out and flatly denied any of the facts from it. And that's really interesting to me. He's not come out and said, that's just not true. When they ask him, like, how much taxes did you pay? He doesn't say, because they ask him, how much have you paid in federal income taxes? And he doesn't say, I paid X, or I paid much more than $750.
Yeah,
what he says is, I pay a lot in property taxes, and he names, but he names other types of taxes.
Right.
I paid. They ask federal income taxes. He says I pay a lot in property taxes. I pay a lot of employment tax. He starts naming other taxes that he pays. He changes the scope of the question and then doesn't answer it. He gets nailed on that issue as I read the transcript from it in the town hall. And they ask him, and he's like, I just think that's like a filing fee or a minimum amount or something. So he acknowledges the $750. Every fact that they pin him on, including the money that he owes on those loans, he doesn't say that's bullshit. I don't know that money. Instead, he minimizes how much money that is compared to his larger fortune, which is a way of tacitly acknowledging it.
Exactly.
It'd be like if somebody said, Tom, do you owe $1,000? I was like, well, yeah, but I make more than $1,000, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I didn't say, no, I don't owe $1,000.
It's so fucking, I pay so much in goddamn taxes every year. Every fucking year I get fucking hammered by the IRS, and they talk about how it's the small business owner has all these blah blah blah. Well, I'm a fucking half a small business owner with you, and I get fucking bent over a barrel every year. I get bent over, and they fucking ream me every goddamn year. I pay to a government that I don't even fucking like. I pay every year. And a fucking exorbitant amount of money I pay to them. And I have an employee. I pay money to that. I do all this other work and to try to make sure that I can mitigate part. It doesn't matter. Fucking wrecked every year, and that guy gets away with $750 fucking dollars. Like I pay more money. I know I pay more money than most people that are business owners, and I'm a business owner. I still get fucked.
Yeah, maybe we just don't know how to do it. Like I don't know because we do get.
Maybe we need to look up Breaking Bad guys. Somebody who's gonna break us bad, especially when there's somebody shitty in the White House. If there's somebody good in the White House and my fucking money's going to something worthwhile, I don't care as much. Yeah. It's just when Trump is just saying, yeah, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna give it all to rich people. Now I get mad. Now I'm like, fuck you, man. Jesus. Someone in chat said I would like to see Tulsi Gabbard do better in the primaries. She was gonna pull her hood up and she was gonna go stab people from behind like Assassin's Creed, but they wouldn't let her. That's what she was gonna do. She'd have done much better if they'd allowed her a weapon on stage. Guaranteed. Way better. Way better.
Somebody else says I'd like to see Tulsi Gabbard shart in a swimming pool. So hey, you like what you like. Get into
Look, man, I'm not here to kink shame. Yeah, I'm not here to kink shame. Look, the best thing that you could say about Tulsi Gabbard at those debates, she was present. Absolutely present for all those debates. 100% present.
Yes, so, here and accounted for.
Yeah.
That's it. Man.
She's in the backs like the Fonz. Hey! I'm here. Hey!
Oh, gosh.
Yo! Get the fuck out of here.
Man.
Weak ass shit. I fucking hated that woman. I'm glad she's out of politics. God, the fuck out of here.
Is she out of politics entirely?
I think so. I think she said she was retiring. I think her seat is up and she's not running again. She's going to Fox News, man.
Oh, gross.
For sure. She's going to be their leftist or whatever. Who's essentially somebody who's far right now. So, another thing we missed, Tom. Michigan militia was going to kidnap the governor.
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ, that happened. Yeah, holy shit, that was probably my fucking uncle's neighbor from my uncle's fucking property.
Christ,
yeah, fucking crazy Michigan militia nuts were going to kidnap the goddamn governor. That's now the world.
Man.
And then Trump's response to it was like, lock her up, talking about Whitmer.
Yep.
It's not like, wow, we have a problem when the American citizenry is trying to kidnap the motherfucking governor. Instead, he's like, let's pour some gas on that fucking fire.
I wonder, and I'll watch tomorrow to see, but I'll read the transcripts and whatever because I didn't watch the dumb debate tonight. But I'm curious if Biden brought that up because his flippancy about that is fucking shocking and awful. Whenever anybody comes out and says, I want to it doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't have to be a mayor
Yeah.
or a governor, any person that you want to kidnap and forcibly hold. That's a bad thing, man.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. We shouldn't be doing that, I guess. Well, there was some guy they arrested today that had a car full of explosives and weapons that was going to drive cross country to assassinate Biden. They just fucking arrested that guy today because the world has gone bonkers, dude.
Hey, man. Look, it's COVID. People need a reason to road trip. Killing Biden is the way to go, I guess.
I mean, like, go look at the fall leaves, motherfucker. It's like October.
And you're in Michigan already. Hey, man.
It's beautiful.
Pure Michigan. Get your Pure Michigan on or whatever.
Right? Jesus. Go apple picking. Can't you think of a better way to spend your weekend?
Aaron says they were going to murder her. Well, according to that one sheriff, they were all real nice guys. I don't know if did you see that one sheriff who was on stage with them?
What? No.
So there's a sheriff or a deputy sheriff. I don't know. And just do a search sheriff militia and you'll find out exactly who this person is. He looks like Fat Richie Cunningham. Anyway, he's being interviewed and they said, "Hey, so you were on stage with a couple of these fucking nutballs that said they were gonna abduct the governor. Do you regret that?" And he said, "Well, they're only under suspicion of being nutballs or whatever."
What? No, that's not.
Fuck, dude,
what?
And he's law enforcement. He's law enforcement up there.
God.
So yeah, no, it's getting better. This is good. I can't wait. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the world is now.
Yeah,
So.
exactly. Aaron says he didn't want us jumping to conclusions. That's exactly it. It's very true. It's exactly what he said. Yeah.
Let's not jump to
Unreal.
conclusions about these guys that are
Oh God, so funny.
very fine
So
people on
awful.
both sides, Cecil. There's very fine
Unbelievable.
people on both
Unbelievable.
sides.
Also, one of my favorite stories from the last couple weeks was that Trump was bored during a national defense briefing, so he ordered a milkshake and had a waiter come in and just walk in the room that was all secretive and you can't be in there unless you're a security clearance, and he ordered a fucking milkshake.
How did I miss this story? What? Trump
It's amazing.
orders
It's amazing.
milkshake. Did it bring all the boys to the yard at the same time?
It did not.
He interrupted
It did
a
not.
classified briefing.
Go ahead
For
and read some of it, Tom. Go ahead and
milkshakes.
read some of it. Just click on one of those stories. Just read some of it. 'Cause you haven't heard it.
Milkshakes.
Clearly you missed this. You missed this on your morning flipboard, Tom.
What?
So tell us about
The
it. Go
fuck?
ahead.
When did this even happen? October 19th. Okay, I was on vacation. That's my excuse. I still read the news every day. Milkshakes, a delicious treat, we could all agree, but there is an appropriate time and place for ordering and sucking down one of these frozen
Hold
milky
on.
desserts.
Hold
I want
on.
a milkshake now.
Hold
like, real
on.
bad.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Best milkshake flavor. Go.
Oh, man. You know what's an awesome milkshake? I don't know. What's an awesome milkshake, though, is the peanut butter and bacon milkshake at Five Guys. Legitimately
Never had that.
outstanding.
Never had that.
Oh, it's so good.
Okay, so you know what we got to do? Ian's voting Oreo milkshake. Ian, I got to say, Oreo milkshakes are fucking money.
Oreo milkshake is
but
really good.
You know what we could do is night of the election,
Yeah.
we could order Five Guys and get a couple of those milkshakes.
Let's do it. We got to do it.
Okay.
It could be our last
Okay.
meal.
It could be a last meal. Okay, let me think here. So I have had, gosh, it's hard because milkshakes are not my go-to. But
Do you like
I think-
milkshakes?
I do. I mean, I'll have one on occasion. I think homemade. I have had one that was a homemade strawberry basil one that was really, 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 really good.
That would be good.
Yeah, and the guy who used to make the chocolates for us years
Yeah.
ago, Matt. You remember him? He
Yeah.
made me one of those, and it was outstanding because he made the ice cream, and so it was. He's a pastry chef, and it was just outstanding, just
bet.
absolutely stunning, outstanding. It was basil, so it had a little licoricey flavor to it, but it was strawberry too, and so it had a really great flavor profile too. It was really outstanding, just delicious. I know people in the chat are going to be making puke emojis. That's okay. That's fine.
Yeah. No, I love milkshakes, actually. Now I really want a fucking
Yeah.
milkshake.
Yeah.
All right, so he
Yeah.
orders a milkshake. All right, so the CNS Political reports it's early 2017, and Trump is seated among some of his top intelligence and defense brass, including the head of the CIA's Special Activities Center at his golf club in Bedminster, New Jersey. They're discussing code word classified intelligence. Trump, however, is apparently bored by the discussion and instead fixates on another subject: malt milkshakes. He also deems this matter worthy
Okay,
of an interruption.
Hold on, though. We've got a bunch in here, so I'm just going to start reading the ones. Cookie dough, banana, strawberry, Guinness, chocolate, and bacon. That's similar to the one you were talking about. Ruben says Heath, you fucking twats. Now, I don't know if he's talking about Heath Bar or just a Heath Enright flavored
Heath just
milkshake.
dips
Not
his
sure.
fucking- what?
Not
Okay.
sure. Blue Moon, that can't be a milkshake. There's no way that's a
Ew, what?
milkshake.
No. Blue Moon's not even
vanilla
a
with
beer.
peanut butter. Yeah, it's terrible. Maple bourbon milkshake. Carrie said that. Classic chocolate. Banana with cinnamon. I would try that. That sounds actually really good. Cake and shake from Cold Stone Creamery. The worst milkshake is the cake one from fucking
I like
Portillo's.
that milkshake. Have you had it?
No,
It's
God,
good.
yeah, how do you drink it? It's trying to drink a whole piece of cake. What are you talking about?
Imagine drinking a piece of cake.
Can't.
It's
You
like
can't.
eating a piece of cake, but with
No.
drinking.
No,
It's
Tom,
so good.
No,
you have to try it. I demand that you
I've
try
done it. It's bad. I've tried it. I couldn't drink it. I was sitting on a table and I'm literally fucking pulling my cheeks in as tight as they would go to try to get something. It's stuck in there. It's off. I threw out almost all of it. I drank one sip and said, "This is terrible," and I threw it away.
Delicious. That Portillo's
awful.
chocolate cake shake.
Oh my gosh, it's the worst. Wet cake? Are you kidding me? It's like a Tres Leches milkshake. It's the worst.
It's
the worst, Tom.
I love
You're
it.
wrong.
It's so good.
God. Neapolitan, Lou, shut the fuck up. There's
get
no
outta here.
Neapolitan shake, and that's the worst thing you've ever said.
That's disgusting.
All right. Chocolate malt. I think we're done with those now. Blueberry cheesecake. I don't know that I would like that. Raspberry hazelnut. I would try it.
Yeah,
Skittles.
okay.
That'd be an interesting one. Turtle. I would try a turtle one. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
who
we're done with
wouldn't
that.
try
All right, keep
turtle?
going.
I also like mint chocolate chip. That's just a classic. That's a good shake.
That's a classic one, but it's like a shamrock shake.
If we got to get good, like Shamrock Shake at McDonald's that's foul because everything.
Shamrock Shake is that's the worst shake. I think.
yeah.
I mean, I will go out on a limb and say that's the worst shake. I love mint and I hate the Shamrock Shake. That's the worst shake I've ever had. in my life.
Because McDonald's ice cream tastes weird. It like coats your mouth all funny.
Right. It tastes like, you know what it tastes like?
It's not right.
It tastes like, have you ever had those little cheeses with the sticks of,
Yeah, little handy snacks.
if they made that mint, it would taste like that. It would taste like that. Because
Yeah,
it
it's just-
coats your mouth.
Yeah, it's all oily.
It's the
Yeah.
worst.
It's like an emulsified ice oil. It's really weird. It's really
Okay.
weird.
Okay, we're not saying eggnog in the chat. Eggnog is not where it's at. There's no eggnog shakes. That's
No.
disgusting.
That is
that's
whoever
genuinely
ban that person. Ian,
vomitous
ban
and
whoever
disgust-
said
Ian,
eggnog.
ban everybody who says eggnog. Just put it. Is there any way you can create, Ian, just a little thing that you could type in that would be a filter so that if someone were to type eggnog, they would just get auto banned? Is there a way to do that? Figure that out, Ian. I want you to get on that.
All right,
Okay,
so-
is that we figured this out? We knew he ordered a milkshake because he's an idiot.
Yep.
Okay, we got it. Yeah. All right.
Does anyone want a malt? Yes. God, he's also
It's
like.
so amazing.
Oh wait.
It's so-
Okay. Do you like a malt though?
You know,
Malted?
I
Good.
can't remember ever having one. I'll be real frank. I don't know that I've ever had one. I think
Very
they're probably pretty good because a malt. I know what malt tastes like, so I figure
Yeah.
it's probably quite good. So there's a. You know what I always wanted to try too, and I've never had is it's not a shake, but it's called an egg cream. Have you ever heard of this?
No. An egg.
I don't know exactly what's in it, but it's like
Sounds like
one
something
of
I don't
those-
want.
So it's one of those. It's one of those types of things that you get at a soda fountain, where you would go if someone were a soda fountain making a thing. But it's
Okay.
called an egg cream, and I've always wanted to try one. It's milk and something else, but I don't know what.
It says an egg cream is a cold beverage consisting of milk, carbonated water, and flavored syrup.
I would like to try one. So
I would try an egg cream. Where can I?
I
get
always
an
wanted
egg
to try
cream?
one. I've never had one, and I don't know where to go to get one because where do you go to get one? So, but I've always wanted to try one.
I gotta get a Soda Stream to make one.
Oh, yeah, I guess SodaStream you could do it, but you got to get your own flavoring though somewhere. Where you got to find like one of those pump flavor things that do
You
the.
can get them at Mariano's.
Oh,
I happen to know
you can
that.
get. You might be able to get them at Costco too.
There you go.
Yeah,
We should make. Well, we gotta try egg creams.
Man, as soon as this is all over, I'm gonna have the biggest dinner party ever, where I just eat as much. I'm gonna do like a full day dinner party where I just cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner for people. They come over and we cook breakfast, cook lunch, and cook. I just can't. It's gonna be amazing. As soon as we get a vaccine,
I'm 100% inviting myself to that.
I can't.
It'd be hilarious if you had it, didn't invite me, but told me about it ahead of time.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I'm telling you about it now, so you can just. I'll tell you about it after too. But
I
I
can
told you
feel
about it
bad
now
about
too,
it?
So,
Yeah.
Seriously though, I've been dying to cook with someone else. I just can't.
Yeah.
You know, you're just stuck in this position where you can't do it. Egg cream are poverty shake shops. What now? Poverty shake shops. What does that even mean?
don't know.
I've never had a chocolate phosphate either. But
no, I don't even know. Where
Yeah.
would you get these things? Like, there's no.
yeah. There, you know, do you know the deli, the Jewish deli by me does have a soda fountain, but I don't know what is available in it. But they do have one of those old timey soda fountains.
Okay.
So the Jewish deli by me, the 11th City has it. So,
Man.
but I've never ordered from there because every time I go in, I just say, "Give me as much corned beef and pastrami as you can." I don't have room for anything else. I don't want to look at anything else. I just want to eat a giant sandwich on challah bread with this, and I don't want to think about fries. I don't want to think about anything else. I just want a sandwich as big as my head. Get it for me right now. Hurry back.
You're like Ron Swanson walking into the diner. I would like all of the eggs that you have. Do you remember that scene?
I do.
He's like, "Excuse me, I'm afraid that you misheard me. I'm afraid you hear I
so
want
good.
a lot of eggs. I want all of the eggs.
I want all
that you
of the
have."
eggs. Oh, so good.
Oh my
So
god.
that's all I had. Tom, I think we should read one story,
All right.
and it's about a penis pump. Is it a penis pump? Is that what it is?
It is. Let me.
Yeah, why don't you
get
just
the
read
notes
it?
real quick?
Yeah, I don't even know that you have to go past the title, but it's a good story. So
All right. Let me just.
the title is so good.
Bear with me, Cecil. I got to pop
It's
into the
so
notes,
good.
which I think I erroneously
You gotta
labeled
pop into the
545.
notes. You gotta pop in there.
I'm gonna pop into the notes. I just
Hey,
bang,
caliente.
pop, boom.
It's
It
a
has to be
penis
episode
pump.
545. That's what I labeled the notes.
Yeah, it's not.
How could I have gotten that wrong?
Ian, this week you're gonna have to do the. Oh, hold on. We gotta
Yep.
talk about this. Rudy and his shirt tucking. Did you see this week that he got punked by? I'll
By
explain it to people who
Borat,
don't know.
yeah.
Yeah. So Borat had his movie, and he got a woman who's supposedly supposed to be his sister in the thing, who's an actress, who essentially said to Rudy Giuliani, "Hey, Rudy, I'd love to do an interview with you." Tossed a couple softball questions to him, and then said, "Hey, why don't we go to my room?" Rudy quickly agrees. They go to the room. She takes the. He's supposed to be. I guess it's supposed to be. It says daughter here. I don't know what that is. I thought his sister. It was supposed to be his sister, his 15-year-old sister. Anyway, Rudy goes in, says, "Hey, how about?" She takes his mic off, and then she starts. I don't know. I think she takes his mic off by touching him, and then he leans back and starts putting his hands on his pants. And he's been saying, and everybody's saying that he's tucking in his shirt. We will find out tomorrow, Tom, when they stream this movie live on Prime, what he's actually doing. But they had hidden cameras in the room, and he was. It looked like being a creep, at least the way they depicted in the pre-show. It looks like he's being a creep. We'll see tomorrow though, because it's free.
Oh, good God.
What is happening with fucking? And the thing is Tom,
Yeah.
let's say it's 100% true. Let's say he's fucking fiddling himself on the bed, and it looks like he's fiddling himself, and there's no way to get around this. What happens?
Nothing.
Give me your prediction of what happens.
Nothing happens. Of course, nothing. Nothing ever happens. He can't be fired. What's he going to get fired? Who's going to fire him? Trump? For touching himself in front of a woman? What are you kidding me? Like,
That's
but
standard
there's
practice.
no world where that's inappropriate for Trump. Why would he get? What would happen to him? It's not illegal. He didn't break a law. He just like nothing is going to happen to that guy at all. Nothing ever happens to him.
All right, so tell us about this story, Tom. Then we'll sign off for the night.
This story comes from theregister.com. Penis pump judge faces stiff sentence.
I love it so much. God, I want a job. I don't want to write actual stories. What I want is I want to be the guy who comes in and he's the designated dick joker, right? He's the guy who you tag in to say, I need a good dick joke for my headline. Can you do it for me? I want to be that guy. I don't want to write the story. I just want to be the guy that they tag in for the dick joke. It's outstanding. It's so good.
You just want to be standing at attention and
The whole time.
ready
to go.
Ready to go.
Ready, standing at attention, ready to
Burst
ejaculate
forth with your-
ejaculate my, I don't know, titles. I don't know. It's, I love that underneath Ian has this is the dick
dick joke segment of the live stream. Outrageous, Ian. He must have just.
This is Ian. This is
One-time
serious
use.
business. Ian, this is serious. You're joking around.
Everybody-
This is serious, okay?
I'm going to read it very seriously then.
Yeah. So Tom, read it seriously.
A retired U.S. judge is himself before the break in Bristow, Oklahoma, on charges he used a penis pump on himself
Penis
in the
pump.
courtroom while sitting in judgment of others.
I will say, if you would like to use a penis pump on yourself, you can go to
Or others.
adamandeve.com. Yeah, or others. Yeah, sure. You go to adamandeve.com, type in Glory at checkout. You'll get 50% off almost any item and free shipping. Just go to adamandeve.com and type in Glory at checkout. Glory is what everyone should be using every time they go to Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve is a wonderful sponsor of the show.
Third
and they
year,
pay
fourth
Ian's
year in a
salary.
row.
They pay Ian's salary, so come on. Yeah.
If you like Ian's Baby, remember Ian's Baby is sponsored by Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve sponsoring Ian's Baby. Every sex toy and jug of lube you buy, that goes to feeding Ian's Baby. When you see pictures of Ian's Baby, think sex toy. No, wait, I take that part back. Ian's Baby, brought to you by Sex AIDS. Ian's
Yeah,
Baby wouldn't be
Sex-
born without sexual AIDS.
Amazing. Amazing.
It would have been great if he named his kid after
If he named his kid Eve.
That's good.
Ian, I will say this. If you don't want another one, go to adamandeve.com and get contraception. That's all I'm saying. And from what I hear, they're exponentially cost. They cost exponential. Just an intense amount of money.
Babies?
Babies, kids, you
Oh,
can't just
they're
get
the
rid of them
worst.
at baby stage, Tom.
I-
you
you
have
know-
to keep them.
I've noticed that because, like, they give them to you the baby. People, oh, you had a baby. No, you had a kid. The baby is the fucking larval stage of the kiddom, which never ends, ever. My dad has a kid. It's me. You know?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
That's
Right, it
fucking
never
awful. I
stops.
feel bad
It
for him.
never
I feel like I
stops.
call him
It
once a
never
week and just
stops.
apologize for being born. Like, I'm so sorry you had to raise me. God. I just the biggest mistake I ever made.
Someone said juggle lube. I didn't think ICP fans could get any weirder.
That's good.
Juggle lube.
Let me keep reading this thing.
Yeah, no, I mean, is there more
I got
dick
you.
jokes
Yeah,
in there or no?
I don't know if there's more dick jokes, but it is kind of. I'll just read one more paragraph because it's kind of
Sure.
two more. The next paragraph is sad, actually. The trial of Donald D. Thompson, 59, has reportedly provoked much courtroom merriment as the jury has been entertained by both the defense attorney and prosecutor indulging in pantomime masturbation, and a former juror in Thompson's court identifying the sound of the pump because, quote, he had seen such devices in Austin Powers and Dead Man on Campus.
How does he know the guy isn't just maybe vacuum sealing some salmon back there? How do you know?
Yeah,
right?
maybe he brought those vacuum bags and he's gonna pack.
He's got a sous vide
for
back there.
vacation?
Yeah.
There's
No,
all
he's got a
kinds of-
sous vide.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you need him for a sous vide, so it works that way. You know,
I
you
mean,
don't
things
know.
are getting hot, so
Yeah, you don't know what's going on back there.
what the fuck is wrong with people? That like Jeffrey
Yeah,
Toobin
that New
guy.
Yorker guy. The New
Yeah.
Yorker guy who's sitting there. He's started jerking on a call, supposedly.
Well, like I guess from what they're saying is he thought he was on a work Zoom call and he thought it was like muted or some shit, and then he also got on like a live sex chat call and started jerking on. It's like, you can't wait until work is over? You're that fucking really? Holy
You know, Tom, when
shit.
the moment strikes you, though, you know, especially when you're on a work call. I've been on work calls that I would watch fucking bum fights instead of my work call. I'd watch I'd watch a Serbian film over that. Are you kidding me? I'd watch the worst thing in the world.
I get
Unreal
that you're
level.
bored. Like, I am sympathetic to
Yeah.
that. Like, you're board-sturbating or whatever you're doing. I get it. Fine. But holy shit. Figure out how to work your fucking Zoom, dude.
Oh,
How are you
Yeah.
using a penis pump in your courtroom?
well, I mean, it's pretty easy when you got a big robe in front of you.
I guess not that we got.
Yeah, you got a big thing you can sit. There you go.
What the fuck is wrong with people?
Someone says, technically, Cecil, this is a work call. You are right. You are right. This is a work call. This is one of my many work calls I have to do. One of my many jobs.
Whole life is work calls.
Next week, we are having, this upcoming week, we're going to have Aaron Rabinowitz on from ETV Pod and from Philosophers in Space. He's going to be talking about his Monster Island experiment that went so well. And then we're also going to have a Vulgarity for Charity this week, guys. So check it out, Vulgarity for Charity. That's going to be released on Monday. Be sure. So it's not next week, but in a week, a couple weeks here. What is it? 13 days? 12 days? 12 days till the
Holy
election,
cow,
something like
it's
that.
that soon.
So
God, I need this to
Tom
be
is
over.
going to be in studio. I'm going to be in studio, reunited, and it feels so good. Literally 9 months. I've seen Tom one time in person in those 9 months.
Yep.
And so we're going to have dinner together. We're going to hang out. We're going to have, right now we have scheduled to come on to join us that night, Heath Enright and Jordan and Dan from Knowledge Fight. So they'll be joining us via Zoom. And we're going to try to book some more people. We're hoping we could get Andy from overseas, who does Incredulous, Andy Wilson. I'm going to be reaching out to Thomas Smith, seeing if he wants to come on. So we're going to have a bunch of people joining us that night. We're going to be covering the election. You're going to want to use us as your election coverage. We're going to be covering the most up-to-date stuff. And who the fuck wants to watch that asshole on the big screen? Come watch us. Come hang out with us. We're going to have a great time. We're going to be chilling here in studio. Tom's going to be here for the first time in a long time, so we're going to have a great time. You're going to want to come back for election coverage. Tell everybody that you know that watches the show, because anybody else is not going to want to watch it.
We got to get one of those like big interactive boards where we can like touch the states and turn them colors.
We do for sure.
We're
yeah,
not gonna
so
get that,
it's
though. It's
gonna.
not in the budget.
No, we're not. We're not. But I might get. You know what I might do is I might go buy a paper map that we can color in.
Can we get a Sharpie and just like make
You know
it?
what I really want? You know what I want? Really want Ian to do? And I don't want to. I don't believe in jinxing. I don't believe that it's a thing, but I kind of believe it's a thing. And the reason why I kind of believe it's a thing is because I don't want to go through the trouble of making something that doesn't come to fruition, right? So I don't want to make a thing, spend time with a media for a long time to make a thing that then is not used. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that. And so that's how I feel about the jinxing thing, is that I want to make a media. What I really want to do is make media. Have you seen Tombstone, the movie Tombstone?
Yeah.
There's a scene in Tombstone where they're leaving town. It's in the middle of the movie. They're leaving town, and Wyatt Earp turns to the cowboys and he looks over at him. This is Kurt Russell. He looks over at him and he says, "I just want you to know it's over." And one of them says, "Well, bye." And I want to put Mitch McConnell's face on fucking Kurt Russell as the guy looks at him and says, "Well, bye." So bad. But I don't think Mitch McConnell's going to lose. But I really want him to lose. But when he dies, I will definitely do that. When he dies, I will absolutely do a well-bye moment for Mitch McConnell. 100%. 100%. Him and Rush Limbaugh. When Rush Limbaugh dies very soon, because he's in...
He's got the terminals.
Tell me you wouldn't subscribe to an OnlyFans of Rush Limbaugh dying. I know I would.
Are you serious?
100%.
Oh.
100%.
Yep.
In a minute, I would go broke with the extra perks to watch Rush Limbaugh die. It would be amazing. It'd be amazing.
To watch him live stream and gasp his last.
Oh, outstanding. Outstanding. So good. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for tonight. We've got to finish a little bit of a show, and then we'll be back next week, and we'll be on next week. So come join us for a live stream, and then the following Tuesday is Election Day. So we want you guys to go out and get your vote on.
Yep.
Come watch us that night. So thanks so much for joining us. So long, everybody. Hey, Ian, do you have that
guys.
picture of us? Do you have that picture of us, Ian? Can you put that picture on? There it is.
Hey,
Us,
look at that.
Us many years ago with
God.
Randy.
Look at that.
Gosh, 2013. Cheers, Randy. Here's to you, bud. Peace out.
All right, now we're going to switch over to the Ian stream.
Hey, Ian, can you do your Dance Dance Revolution on our live stream for
Yeah,
the
you're going to
election
do that
night?
for election night?
Can you come on and-
What dance?
Can you get
I
your
don't do dance.
do your green screen thing where you make things blow up? That'll be amazing. What do you think?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Do you think you
Totally
can do
can do
that
it. Mhm.
for us?
Yep,
Okay.
can do.
Hey guys, if you're looking to check out Ian's stream, all you have to do